everyone, this is Chief with the LabPadre team with our live stream setting up for you today. I was trying to talk to you on my phone from the other ability that we have, but it doesn't seem like it was going through. Let me know how you hear me on this mic. Alright, got a couple of 5x5s in chat saying it got me now. Alright, good deal. Hey, thanks for everyone for joining me on the live stream for today. I was sitting in my truck trying to talk on the other capability we had, and sitting there having given you a good rundown of what we got going on, and then wind up not even going out. So let me see if I can break it down again for you. Came out here a little earlier today. We've been troubleshooting for about an hour and a half now, trying to bring a new location to you over at the production area. Was trying to set up to where we could get a good view of what they're doing with the Star Factory and the teardown of the solar panel station over there. So we went over there and was trying to get a connection back to labs so we can stream that for you. Just wasn't able to get the throughput that we were looking for. Tried it a couple of different ways. Moved the location just a little bit. Just wasn't able to bring that for you. So that's something we'll continue to work on. But as far as Starbase in general, I have seen a lot more activity around the different areas today. Nothing really outstanding that where I was definitely thinking what we should set up here, but just overall in general, there does seem to be more activity happening. Some large items kind of left the Sanchez site a little bit earlier today. Something that was over by the air processing facility that was kind of old and kind of rusted and been sitting there a while. I'm not even sure if they were still using it for that, but did see that going down Highway 4 leaving out of Starbase as I was coming in today. So I went back over to Sanchez trying to see if there's anything else going on. Nothing really much. Ship 28 was still sitting on that Raptor installation stand with the SPMTs right there next to it with a ship transport stand. So doesn't look like that was getting ready to move anytime soon. And just same thing with the main production site. Looks like there's some activity going on, just nothing really super exciting to bring you. So we'll take a look and see what's going on here at the launch pad, and hopefully see something happening here with ship 26 on the suborbital pad B.
Okay.
Here we go. Alrighty, I think we got it back. Y'all got a copy on us here? Here we go. Alrighty, I think we got it. Yeah, we've got the situation figured out here with a microphone access. I had him once again talking to nobody. But it looks like we're good to go now.
All right, good deal. Hey, it gives me lots of practice, right, Lab? Something that I need to do better at anyway. So, hey, everyone. Once again, this is Chief back here with you out here live at Starbase. Been kind of giving you a breakdown of what's going on and what we've been seeing. So, yeah, I'm still working on getting this just right, getting a little bit of echo back. So, give me 1 second. All right, yeah, still tweaking on some of the settings here for this microphone setup remotely, so I don't have to go over and stand by the microphones at the cameras. So if you hear me now, let me know. Give me a 5x5 or a thumbs up.
Yes, sir, Chief. Looks like we got a copy on you on the stream.
All right, sounds good, Lab. Thanks for that. All right. Once again, let me just say hi to everyone and thanks for joining. I'm not quite sure if you heard me. Like I said, I thought I was going out a couple of times, so I've already given my introductions. But once again, I'll do it again. Just wherever you're at, give me a shout out in the chat so I can say hi. And if you have any questions about what's going on, go ahead and start that in the chats, and I'll see what I can start to address here.
Yeah, everyone. Also, just to get the chat flowing a little bit, let us know where you're from. Give us a thumbs up on the likes. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of stuff to offer you all, a lot of live streams going on. But yeah, we'd love to see what part of the world you're from, so let us know.
All right, good deal. We got Ontario, Canada, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Alberta, Canada. Seems like we always have a pretty good, consistent Canadian representation. Thank you, Canada. Fort Wayne, Indiana, Missouri. Hello from Florida. Hey, Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, and Michigan. Let's see. Southeast Wisconsin, all the way from Romania. What's up, Radu? Steve, San Antonio, Texas. Yep, I moved down here from Cibolo, so hopefully try to make it back for at least a couple of the Spurs games this year. Want to see Victor Wembanyama and see if he's the next Tim Duncan. That's what I'm hoping for. Gary from North Cali. Graham from the UK. Liam from Long Island. What's up? Central Maine, Southeast Missouri, UP, Michigan. My wife would say up Michigan, where she'd probably ask me where up Michigan is. I'd have to tell her that's the Upper Peninsula if I'm right. Is that right, Pete? So Southeast Missouri, Bulgaria. TC Evans. NC, thanks for that gifting one LabPadre membership. All right, good deal. T. Evans, appreciate it. Western Oregon. Christian, he left California, now he's in Miami, so he's Taxifornia? Okay. Sweden, what's up, Tony? Space Girl Falcon, you're in the Starbase area now. Come on out to the launch site and tell me hi. Consanico from New Mexico, tell me where you're from at New Mexico. The reason I was asking where you're from in New Mexico, because I'm originally from the southeast corner of New Mexico, a little town called Hobbs. All right, Christian, I see your question there about where's a good place to stay if you're coming to visit Starbase. Other than Brownsville and the South Padre area, of course, there's tons of places. It depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something a little bit closer, we have friends that are part of Rocket Ranch. That's always a nice little place that's way between Brownsville and out here at Starbase. They got some nice places alongside the Rio Grande River, so you might want to check that out. All right, some more shout outs from people here. It's Cape Town, South Africa. Mid Missouri. But you spent months in Brownsville, yeah. I feel you. Okay, now we kind of said hi to a lot of the people here. We're up to 108 viewers. Let me go ahead and jump out to the cameras and give you a view around what's happening out here.
Hey, Wesley Clark, thanks for joining us. I just wanted to answer your question real quick as far as the environmental assessments are taking, how long they're taking. Yeah, there really is no precedent. Sometimes it's gone through relatively quick, sometimes it's kind of long. And I think they said something about 120 days or something like that. This next time, up to 120 days. So that's that tricky word, up to that. So really hard to say, I guess it really depends on what they've found with the new setup that they have there under the orbital launch mount and the actual amount of debris that was dispersed last time. And I guess as far as cleanup, I know they needed to do some more cleanup out there, but we don't really know how long they're going to take. We're all hoping for the end of the month here, though. Maybe a Halloween launch. That'd be nice. Just in time for Crow Fest.
All right. Looking back through some of the chat, see Dave asking about any place to pitch a tent. I'm not quite sure of the restrictions on camping at Boca Chica Beach, but I have set up a tent in the back of my truck and lived on the beach for 3 weeks, actually, with just a few trips back to town. But pretty much most of that time was sitting out on the beach, camping out in the back of my truck. So I've seen other people with just a tent next to the dunes or up towards the dunes. Just not quite sure what the restrictions are on that. I really haven't looked into it. I mentioned Rocket Ranch earlier, that they do have, I think they do have some, how do they term it? But it's basically where you can set up a little tent area there. So you might want to get a hold of them, see what they have available. And I definitely know there's some places over on South Padre Island that has some of that camping capability. There's a KOA and some other spots. So there are some places in the area. But like I said, if it's available and it's authorized, living in a tent on the beach is a pretty nice thing to do. All right, say hey Terry from Arkansas, how's it going? Dave asking how far is Massey's from the launch site? Massey's from the launch site is thinking somewhere between 5 and 6 miles down the road.
Yeah, I think it's more like 10 miles.
Okay, I was erring on trying to be around 5 or 6, but yeah, I wouldn't doubt it's closer to 10.
Yeah, because we're right from Raptor Roost. We're right under 4 miles. We're about 3.7 or so, and then as the crow flies across to Massey's is another 6 miles. So it's right around 10, with all the loops and curved highway.
All right, good deal. All right, yeah, some people giving me some more information here in the chat when I ask it about Rocket Ranch and what the camping is. It's called primitive camping. Thanks for correcting me on that. I couldn't remember that word. And Boca Chica Beach is cooperatively administered by Cameron County, which provides free beach camping with no amenities directly on the Gulf of Mexico. That information coming from Logan. Thanks for helping us out with that, Logan. Since we're keeping an eye on Ship 26 here, what's the collective agreement, or what you're thinking about? Why it sat here so long without any activity? I still find that pretty odd. And what do you think that they will test on it, or will it just go back to the production site without any testing down here pretty soon? That's to me. Of course the $1 billion question is the launch, but right now the $1 million question is what's going on with 26 for me. Yeah, exactly what's going on with it is a mystery. It seems to just about everybody, and that's one of the reasons why when people ask me what's going on out here, I try not to give them a definitive answer, or even pretend like I have a definitive answer, because I'm guessing so frequently, and usually I'm wrong. So a lot of times I've just give them that same weird look and shake my head and shrug my shoulders and like, oh, I wished I knew. So that's another example of exactly why. Weird look. Shake my head, shrug my shoulders, like, oh, I wish I knew. So that's just not correct.
I see Casanico is asking how much to primitive camp at, I guess he's saying Rocket Ranch. I'm not sure about Rocket Ranch. We do also have somewhat of a primitive camping area at the Raptor Roost. That's what I initially thought he was asking about. If you want to look into any more information about camping at Raptor Roost, contact me on Discord. Or on Twitter, or with a direct message, and I'll get you more information on that. on Discord. What of a
All right, it's Chief back with you. Just having a conversation here in the background with a gentleman named Bob. Stopped by and say hi. He knew immediately I was with the LabPadre team, so he wanted to give a shout out and say that he's been a long time follower. So thanks, Bob, for stopping by. He told me he was out here trapping falcons, which caught me by surprise. I knew I'd seen a few birds of prey out here. I thought maybe there was some kind of a smaller eagle or something, but he was telling me there's quite a few of Harris hawks, and he sees quite often peregrine falcons and some other. He did name another one that was a more rare one, but he said this is an area that is fairly well known for how many species of hawks and falcons there are out here. So that was interesting to find out.
Yeah, there are some Mexican falcons too. I think one's called a caracara, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if that's what he mentioned to you or not, but that's a pretty cool bird of prey as well down here. Danny Valacho is asking what's happening today. Well, it's been a pretty slow past few days, especially the weekend here was really slow. Don't have a lot going on down here. Things have really slowed down since we got let down by the FAA and Fish and Wildlife. So we're just keeping an eye out, making sure that we don't miss anything, any kind of upgrades or any new stuff that gets moved over here. Kind of keep an eye on the suborbital farm with Ship 26 to see if it gets lifted or any other action happens with it. But as of now, it's really slow paced. So we're just got the cameras up, got our ears on, just waiting to find out what happens.
Yeah, we're really anxious and anticipating, trying to bring a live stream on for you where we have some actually really neat activity to sit and discuss. We have had a little bit of luck with the ship lift and stack a few days ago, and the week before that was Ship 26 rolling down to come out here to the launch site. So that's kind of the few opportunities we've had to go live where we had some really nice activity to bring to you and be able to talk about. So any day that they do have that, we'll definitely try to bring that for y'all. We're trying to commit to doing a live stream each and every day of the week, no matter what's going on. So I want to thank everyone that, even on these kind of quiet days, thank everyone for coming on and joining me.
Yes, sir. And let's not forget that we are also giving away pieces of the TPS heat tiles. So, once we meet that daily support goal, we'll be spinning the wheel and giving away another piece of tile. We've had a few people win already over the past week, and try your luck out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I see a question there asking about tell you about the FAA and Fish and Wildlife. That's the question of the day, every day so far. Once more definitive information comes out, it will be all over X, Twitter, and all your other feeds, and we'll definitely have something to talk about that. But at this point, we're just all sitting and waiting and speculating.
I do have a question for you, Chief. What do you think about that retaining wall? Do you think they're going to continue going all the way around to where it's going to cover more off to the south? I was thinking that retaining wall was to protect for any fire hazards or anything. Since a couple years ago we did have a fire creep through here and burn a few hundred acres. But I'm just curious what you think about it, if they're going to actually keep that retaining wall moving further south or not.
Well, give me a second. I'll give you a little better view on my camera with the zoom lens. I'll show you what they got going on. It looks like to the northern side of it, they got the higher retaining wall, and they do have a smaller retaining wall that does kind of continue on to the south. So give me 1 minute. I'll go over there and swing that camera over and give you a better view of it.
Oh yeah, so I can see that it is extended further than I thought. Now that you zoom in, I hadn't really paid attention to it lately. As I drive by, I'm kind of just focused ahead. Got a million things running through my head as I'm going out there working on stuff. But yeah, next question is, I wonder if that retaining wall is going to go up higher to match that higher wall.
Yeah, so I was just kind of focused where the two meet and kind of moving along where that retaining wall kind of continues all the way out. Almost, well, it looks like it's to where the water deluge system is right there, and I think it just another corner right there, and it continues on further away from me. I'd have to be out in those mud flats to kind of get a better view, but I'm thinking the last time I was out there, it did look like they were going to continue this almost around the whole site, at least the lower portion of the wall. But as far as it's going to be extended, I'm not quite sure. If it was going to be matching the height of the retaining wall here on the north side, I don't know why they just wouldn't go ahead and do it right here, but we definitely see this view, the height difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised one bit if they move that or add that wall completely around the entire complex. I know they've had some problems with some intruders in the past, and it just makes sense to keep somewhat of privacy as well. Although it kind of blocks our views a little bit, but it's all about security. Got to keep those intruders out of there for sure.
And like you said, it does provide a barrier in case they do have a little bit of a fire situation like they had. It doesn't get out into a grassland area. That can help contain it and mitigate it. And I guess it does also help when the water deluge system does spray, that acts as a retaining wall to keep that within the facility. I want to give a quick shout out to Evans NC, $10 super chat, much appreciated. For those that have not been a part of our previous streams, or just might not have been able to be in a position where they've heard, any super chats go towards our daily goal. If you see that in the upper right hand corner, you'll see that we're kind of tracking on that. Once we reach that daily goal, then we're going to do a giveaway for anyone. It's going to be a random drawing from anyone that's participated in the chat. Lab is going to put those names together, put them on a little spinning wheel, and do a random spin, and the winner will get a piece of Starship tile. So we've had, I think, maybe 5 or 6 streams where we've met that goal. I think one of the streams we've actually we went 50% past our goal, so we did a second giveaway. So be on the lookout for that as well. We'll, even if we get further past that and get 100% past our goal, we'll give another giveaway. So the better we do, the more giveaways we'll have to a random viewer, random participator within the stream, I'll say. And just want to address the question that I saw in the chat earlier, or someone said, wish that we had a camera up on Mechazilla, which would be awesome, of course. But one of the things I tell people out here quite often is that I'm appreciative of the fact that we're just being able to be this close to it, here on the side of a public highway, within just a few meters of what they're building here. If you've ever had a chance to go to Cape Canaveral, Johnson Space Center, Vandenberg, any places like that, you're several miles away from anything and everything, and you're lucky to see stuff even in the far distance. So the fact that we can come down here on a daily basis, be just within a few meters of it off the side of the road, I'm definitely appreciative of that, and don't take that lightly at all. So having a camera up close like that would definitely be awesome. But yeah, I definitely am happy with what I do get. If there's anyone available in the chat to tell us what that Spanish chat was, I'll do my best to address it.
Looks like the translation says, but what did they expect? If building and testing the largest and most powerful rocket meant getting it to take off, why do they give you permits to build all the infrastructure, etc.?
Okay, well, my 2 cents on that. I hope that you would be able to understand my English, and if not, maybe someone can translate for me. first things first, you got to have the infrastructure built. While you're also pursuing the approval to launch. So to wait on the full realm of all the approvals would probably delay this for years. So as you build the infrastructure and get the permissions to build further infrastructure, you're working on the permissions to launch and further. But sometimes things pop up. Just for instance, this issue with the Fish and Wildlife Service. I don't think anyone foresaw that one coming. Maybe you can kind of point the finger at SpaceX for that, for not leaning forward and looking at that possibility or asking those questions about what they needed to address. And the fact that we're having a delay now, can, arguably be kind of put at the feet of SpaceX, even though, of course, we don't want bureaucracy to get in the way. But, to look forward to that and work with those agencies and kind of ask those questions of what's needed in the future, it is kind of incumbent on the company itself too as well. So I don't put the blame fully on either one of them, but it does kind of slow the progress. But I guess my answer to that is that you just continue working on those approvals as needed as the further years go.
Yeah, I as much as I want to see this thing get off the ground, I'm not a huge fan of just hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. They got to do it right, and for the most part, they do it right. But there is a little bureaucracy in the background lingering. But just for the record, I'm not a big fan of rushing the whole situation. SpaceX is already on top of the world, so to speak, in the space industry. There's nobody that's going to even catch up to them. So I think they've done a fabulous job. And as long as they keep doing it right, a couple little setbacks like this with Fish and Wildlife and stuff like that, it's not a big deal, at least in my eyes.
I can definitely get what you're saying, Lab. In the grand scheme of things, this is light years ahead of where it theoretically could be. So a little bit of setback, of course, is not wanted, not expected, but it's not world ending. All right, it's time to give a couple more shout outs to some great contributions. We got a $25 super chat coming from El Gato Negro saying many thanks for keeping the world informed. Right. And I'd like to also congratulate him for whoever that person may be for their first super chat. Got to celebrate their first super chat from El Gato Negro. So thank you for coming on and participating, giving us that great contribution, and for your first super chat. Hopefully you'll stick around and be part of the conversation. And RC Horseman, $7 Canadian. Thank you for that, RC Horseman. Seen you on several of the streams here recently, so thanks for being a continuing part of this, and definitely for the super chat as well. All right,
special.
reading through some questions here. I see a question here from Pete saying if SpaceX had not installed the deluge, would they be flying already? I'm under the impression, at least my thoughts is that I think so. I think that is one of the things that the adding to that is why the Fish and Wildlife has kind of come on to add their assessment. So without that needed, I think we would probably have the green light by now. I think that's definitely a possibility.
I'm not sure about that though, Chief. Okay, so if they wouldn't have put that out there, then we would still have the problem of blowing a hole into the ground like they did with the first launch, unless they had some other type of auxiliary backup plan. I just don't know if they'd be ready to launch yet. They have to figure out how to stop from boring into the ground with those 33 Raptors.
That is definitely true, yeah. But I think my thought process is if they would have did that initially from the beginning is kind of what I'm thinking. If they would have did it, it's easy for us to say if they would have did it right, but if they would have included that from the beginning and had the approval already done and the first launch happened, then by now we'd still be flying.
Oh yeah, definitely. If the deluge system was set up from the get-go, we'd be good to go. Also, real quick before we get off talking about anything else, special thanks to Megan for hitting us up with a donation through Venmo. If you all decide to use Venmo or Cash App, it's at LabPadre or $LabPadre for Cash App and Venmo. There's actually no percentages taking off from using those, as well as PayPal also. As a lot of you may know, the big old industry of YouTube takes a large percentage of what we get through super chats and revenue. So although we do appreciate it, it's kind of like a secondary tax man.
I think people do like to see, when they have a super chat and then they get their question addressed probably a little bit easier and more often than people who don't. Feel free to drop a question or anything within the comments. We'll try to address any and all of them.
Yes, definitely. It's not required to give a donation to get your question asked. Although, we do see it quicker because it's kind of in bold. But we do read through the chat and we try to answer everybody's question as well as possible.
So, Lab, I got a question that I do see from Robert. He says if we have questions, do they just add it to the @ questions, and then does that highlight it, or does that bring it to your attention any better?
Adding the @ questions, that usually only works during the launches and the big events when we have the question bot set up. But it does kind of help a little bit when we're reading through the chat. We can see that @ questions, it kind of sticks out a little bit, but we don't have the question bot up and running to get those. So kind of yes and no. It does help. It does help in the end. And I see he is also asking if that's the same Robert that's asking what are the chances of success or Rudd, and what are our theories and why. Is the decoupler safe this time? Give me your theories. Well, I don't know much about the decoupler. As far as the success, I don't know. I hate to be the one with the negative, but I just don't know if we're going to have success this next round. I'm sure it's going to get further than we did this first time, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to get it to the orbital plane or not. I'm going to say I'm going to be the Debbie Downer and say that we'll probably have one more mishap as far as not getting it into full orbit and all the way to Hawaii. And then the third go around will be it. But we'll see. What do you think, Chief?
Yeah, I was just about to come on and say, I think when he's asking about the decoupler, I think he may be talking about the hot stage ring. So that's the big question on this next launch, is if that will be able to withstand the forces of launch and be able to actually release the ship, since we didn't get the ship released last time. I think even guessing that we will have a 50-50 chance of making at least it past that point of getting the ship released, that still, I think, is wildly optimistic for something of this size and this scale, and even as important as this is, how really early we are still in the development of this. So I say, even having a 50-50 chance is still, leaps and bounds ahead of where anyone else would be at this point. So, but I kind of agree with you, Lab, that high likelihood of not making it actually fully to orbit this go round, but even getting it to the same point we did last time, or a little bit further, they're going to learn so much that I think a third launch would, the numbers would be in the high 80s, if not higher, for a chance of success at that point.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, this last launch, I don't know if they actually had trouble detaching or detaching the first stage. It was just going out of control, and they needed to go on and just detonate it before it got any worse. I don't think they got it to the point to where it was time to detach yet. Am I wrong there?
Right, I think you're right. Just due to the fact, from what I kind of remember is, with the number of engines out, they just didn't get it to the point where they could, or where they wanted to release. But since we don't have any data on a ship release, and now we've added the hot stage ring, which adds another element of questionability. And that's, so to get at that point would definitely be considered a high success. Not a full success with the making it to orbit and actually trying to see what the ship can do on reentry. That would be hugely successful to reach that point.
And of course, I'm not always on the end of knowing everything about how and why they do things, but I'm still a little confused as to why they added the hot stage ring. I mean, did they anticipate a problem of when they do detach, that it wasn't going to detach in time, or I can't recall as to why they wanted to do that.
Some efficiency, but not quite sure why they think they needed to add that at this point. At this point, I think that they would just look for having some success, and then as it progresses and other things improve, then look on increasing those efficiencies. So yeah, it was kind of confusing to me exactly why they did that as well.
Oh, I see. Mauser's saying that there's a Cybertruck driving around the build site and the Sanchez site.
Yeah, I just saw that in chat too. No, I haven't seen anything out here.
Oh man.
Now I'm going to be looking down the highway.
I may have to just go take a drive out there real quick now.
Let's see. I could leave the cameras here running and go see what I can see.
Maybe they'll come drive by.
If they do, I'll see if I can flag them down.
Maybe they'll do a burnout for you. I see Pete here is saying that as far as the kick separation, that there's too much unpowered flight time for it to be worth it. So I guess with that hot stage, it gives them more of a, they're able to actually continue having power from the first stage, and then they can actually start up the Raptors on the second stage and have kind of almost not double power, but both vehicles are actually giving force, giving thrust.
You have no period of flight without any thrust.
Yeah. And I guess also the hots, now that I think about it, I think I may have heard this early on, that maybe the hot stage also allows, when you initiate the thrust off of the Starship on the second stage, that helps give a boost as far as detaching, also for the separation. It helps the separation.
I will agree with all that, but I would also add that when you're looking at something rapidly reusable, as this is intended to be, that brings it into question of what potential damage would happen up there at the top of the booster on the ring, and would that affect how quickly and rapidly reusable it is. Okay, Mauser's still keeping us updated about the Cybertruck. Says it turned in front of R1 and went between the high bay and the mega bay. So I'm tempted to run down there and see if it's Elon himself driving that.
I don't know who else it would be. He's going to be the first one to be driving it around here.
If one shows up at Starbase and it's not Elon, that would shock me more than just the Cybertruck showing up.
Yeah. I'm scrubbing back on Rover 1 to see. I think it's somewhere around the 2 p.m. hour. $13.58. Yep. Oh. Yeah, had a little bit of glitch on the video, but yep, 158. It pulled in to the high bay area. It doesn't look like Elon, though. Kind of hard to tell. No cowboy hat.
Okay, yeah, okay, so we went down, my camera around. Wasn't nothing too important going on over here at the launch site, so I'm just gonna keep an eye out down Iowa 4, see if we can see this real quick. We'll sit out here and keep an eye with you.
Still reading through some chats in and out here. Robert asked if we have a go/no-go for the Starship launch. Not quite yet. Definitely at this point, we're waiting on those authorizations. So definitely at this point, I think it's too easy to say no-go. At least until we get a better idea of where we stand on that. And Storm asking which way to donate takes the least out of what I gave. Lab kind of mentioned earlier that any method other than going through the donation here on YouTube is a better option. So whether that's Venmo or any of the other methods he addressed earlier.
right, let me try this again. I was over there by the mic on the camera, so let me just do this via my phone and see if you can hear me a little bit better. I was just wanting to address the question about the go no go poll for the Starship launch. I was just saying at this point, since we know that we're waiting on the authorization from the FAA and Fish and Wildlife, I'm pretty easy to say that at this point we're at a no-go stage. Still waiting on that authorization. And there was a question also from Storm asking about which method is the best in order for them to give where all the money goes towards the donation. And the answer to that is really any method other than going through the YouTube app and the Super Chat donation. So whether that's Cash App or Venmo or any other ways that Lab had mentioned earlier, 100% that goes straight to the LabPadre team. Let's say a question here from RC Horseman asking about how much the solar farm is disassembled. We were set over there earlier, just before noon today. This morning we were going to try to set up the live stream from over there so we could kind of keep an eye on that. Wasn't able to get the kind of data throughput they were looking for in order to be able to get a good live stream going. But while we was over there, just watching, they're have close to about half of the panels removed, and the panels where they started to remove them at the very beginning, to close the panels closest to the roadway, they were starting to pull up metal brackets out of the ground. So by this point, they probably have most of the panels removed because they were coming off pretty easily and pretty quickly. So if I go back over there at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if they have all or if almost all of the panels would be removed by now. All right, so we're looking back now at the production site. On the very left, we got the high bay, which is the last of the original bays that we have left. They've already removed the low bay and the mid bay, and then just in the middle we have the first mega bay, and on the right the second mega bay. That's pretty much completed. They're still working on that upper floor section, but kind of been in this status for that for a really good amount of time. I thought they would already had that last section completed and started doing the interior by now. The structure you kind of see in the foreground, just in front of the first mega bay, is the expansion of the Star Factory. See that as it goes to the right, you see the white cladding and 2 open bays. So where the white cladding is where it was originally, and you can see that it's been extended all the way up to Highway 4 on the left, just before Highway 4. Andy Alder's back today. The £2 super chat saying, move to build site or just very long lens. This is I'm still at the same location I was. Yeah, just using my zoom lens to get as close in as on that as I can. But I think, Andy, did you win the towel piece yesterday? I think, was that your name that came up? If so, congratulations.
That was him. We got his info, and we'll be sending him out that piece right away.
If you're watching closely, that truck that just went by just a minute ago was carrying some new pipe sections. Looked like it's heading over to the launch pad. And those were the pipes that kind of thinking that those are part of the new plumbing for the new hippos, the kettle boiler coolers on the lock side. So looks like they may be getting some new pipes here soon. right, just want to address a question here from Jeff Hoot asking, what are the chances that Elon ever takes a ride on one of his rockets? My opinion on that is probably slim to none, since this is not really kind of a commercial vehicle. Even when they do start taking passengers, it will be for important missions. So for him to include himself on one of those, I really doubt that. I don't see that happening personally. All right, since someone's mentioned that we got the pretty much the same view on another one of Lab streams, I'm going to go ahead and flip this around back to the launch site. So if you do see that Cybertruck heading this way on any one of the cams, be sure to let me know so I want to try to get at least some video and maybe some shots of that as it comes by. All right. Yeah. While I'm waiting to see if that Cybertruck makes a visit down to the launch site area, just want to say thanks to the 100 or so people that are still hanging out with us on the stream. Your time spent with us is always appreciated, and all that little bit helps to keep the YouTube algorithm happy and showing the amount of support we have. So thanks for that, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and leave you for a few minutes with this great view and see if I can't sneak down to the production site and get a shot of that Cybertruck. See if I can locate it and maybe flush it out this way. So whatever happens, I'll be back on to tell you about it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Lewis here again, coming at you. I just wanted to ask another question, referring back to S26 here on Stand B. It's been up there for quite some time now. We haven't seen anything done to it of any significance. I'm just wondering if they are actually going to test it here anytime soon. And if they do, what exactly are they going to test it? You know, what kind of test are they going to do with it? I was under the impression that most of these minor tests were happening at Massey's now, but being that it's on a test stand over here, is it just for looks? Or what do y'all think? I'm guessing they can't do any actual static fires over at Massey's yet. I don't think they have any methane tanks that I know of. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, that would probably be the only testing that they could do over here is just static fires on it. I don't know do we know if they have Raptors in it yet? Roger that. So it does have Raptors. Well, one of these days I'm sure we'll probably will see a static fire then before an actual launch on the Super Heavy. So we'll be standing by for that.
right, everybody. Yep, Chief's back here with you, back down at the launch site with my camera set up. I was wondering if anyone would catch me driving by, stop to give a big deuces to the live stream. So if you saw that, hey, thanks for paying attention. But yeah, I ran down to the production area, try to see if I could catch that Cybertruck, but no luck. Head over to the Rocket Garden just in case it snuck in there for maybe a picture opportunity. So I didn't see the Cybertruck, but I did see something interesting behind the Mega Bay, where they had the extension that they added and a storage area. So occasionally we've seen the Raptors being stored in there. So I did see a couple of Raptors sitting out behind that, but it's not normal Raptors. This had the engine nozzles with none of the other plumbing and anything above it. So it looks like one of the stripped ones that they've had running around the site for a while now. Seen different, couple different variations of it. So I think those might be it that they're sitting out behind there. So I'll see if I can post some pictures in a little bit on my Twitter and share those with Lab. So be on the lookout for that. So nothing too exciting, just the Raptor version 1, I'm sure, nozzles without all the other plumbing and pieces on it. So just interesting that those are sitting outside now. Yeah, I see your question there, Matthew Gardner, asking about the road is a dead end on the beach, right? Yep. Other than you can drive on the beach, so technically it's not a dead end. The asphalt comes to an end. You could go right there at that point and go all the way to the border of Mexico, where the Rio Grande River comes into the Gulf of Mexico, and right across that you can see into Mexico. Or if you go, once you hit the beachway, you could go left and head down about 4 miles, I think it is, and get to where the channel is for the port of Brownsville, and there's a jetty right there. And right across from that jetty, you can see South Padre Island. So that's as close as it is from a straight line down the beach. So I guess at those points you hit a dead end, but once you get down Highway 4, yeah, you can go right or left.
I see we also have a funny question from EP. How long will SpaceX tolerate LabPadre stealing all of their content, though? Funny guy. Yeah, man, there's no content being stolen here, I'm sure you know. We produce our own content. We use our own cameras. As a matter of fact, I got to meet Elon Musk, and he told me that he watches my live streams, as I'm sure he watches all the other live streams around here. He told me that it was easier to wake up in the morning and pull up YouTube and look at what's going on and find out what's going on rather than picking up the phone. So yeah, to answer your question, they like us. He's a fan of LabPadre, just like he's a fan of all the other live streams. But thank you for watching.
Thanks for everyone that's sticking around the stream. Don't really have a lot to show you at the moment. But in just a second, I will pan around and take a look back at the production site. Just keep a nice view of the clouds that are behind there. But other than that, we'll just kind of let the views speak for themselves. See Andy asking about the tree bucket. I think you're talking about the trebuchet. Maybe just to the right of camera view. Probably with this camera, it is a little ways down. I might not be able to see that. Odd story behind that. I just don't know the full thing, so yeah, I don't want to try to go into it too much. But what I've heard that it was for video production, something to do with would you be able to attack Mexico here, if I remember right, something of that nature. So they built that trebuchet to try to see if they'd be able to launch something the whatever the 3 or 4 miles it is across the grasslands into Mexico. Some strange story of that nature. I see you're asking about the small building on the far left. From this video view, yeah, almost on the very left edge of the screen, off in the distance, is the relocated ground fabrication building that's now, just as you enter the Starbase site, right on the very edge of what we call Sanchez site. You can see that that's still being put together there.
about some of these areas down here. So just wanted to point out the zoom view from the ground fabrication building. They're over there at the edge of the Sanchez site. And off in the distance, you can see the ship at Massey's test range. Moving over to the production site, we got a high bay. Star Factory getting built. And Mega Bay 1. With SN20 in the Rocket Garden right there in the middle. Mega Bay 2 getting its final pieces of construction put in place. You see just how far the Star Factory is going to be all the way from basically this point here. And this new extended piece is going to go all the way out to basically to the edge of Highway 4. You don't see the edge of Highway 4, it curves around. Just as you watch the van kind of go around, it'll kind of go around and curve. So it'll curve right in front of just about where the Star Factory ends right here. And then see, keeping on from the other side of the Star Factory, keeping going over here. Payload processing facility. And just on the side of it, is that nose cone that looks like it was repurposed for the human landing system. Doing some testing on that. So that's a prototype system that came out a few weeks ago. Yeah, and I just missed being able to see that. So I got some shots of it sitting over there, but they didn't roll out. Yeah, I missed that opportunity.
thanks for the heads up on the Cybertruck coming down the road. I was able to pop out and get a video of that coming down. I was working on getting my other camera out, when I finally saw it, so didn't get any snaps of it, but did get a little bit of video of it coming down the road. And understand that we're having some audio issues, an echo when I go try to speak directly to the camera mic. I have everything off on my phone, so I wasn't having any output on that, so I was not sure why we got an echo on that, but okay, I'll just be sure not to use that mic anymore. At least when I'm talking to you, I'll try to just go through this my phone app here. So that will be interesting to see what perhaps other cameras see it going into the launch site area and where it's going to head and what it's going to be doing there. So I know he's got his truck sitting right there at the entrance. We'll go back and look at some of those views and see what it's up to. DJ Pot Roast, thank you for that $10 super chat. Said nice catch on the Cybertruck, thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for that donation. All right, got an update there from Andrew saying that Rover 2 did get it going into the launch site. Yeah. And it went off to the right. Yeah. Wondering what it's going to be doing out here. Maybe some photo ops just for the launch. just want to give you a notice. Yeah, I'm thinking about closing this down about 4 p.m. local time, about 5 minutes away. Just want to say thanks for everyone that's been hanging out with me, and everyone that's been on the stream throughout the day, and all the super chats and a few of the donations that's come through. So all super appreciated, and it's gonna go to keep this daily live stream going for us. So just want to say thanks again. Hope that the more we keep doing this, the more we can bring you some really cool, new, and interesting views. And as we get closer to the actual launch date, I think things will start picking up. So it's been a struggle the last few days of just trying to find something interesting to keep the stream on. But as we get closer, I think we'll have more and more opportunities. So stick with us. Come and join us tomorrow. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications. And when we go live, you'll get the net notification to be able to jump right on with us. So I'll hang out with you for a few more minutes, and I'll sign off in just a few. But thanks again for joining us. Yeah, so that load of pipes that just went by, someone mentioned, yeah, look, kettle size. I'm thinking the same thing. That was another set of pipes. Gonna head over to most likely that liquid oxygen side of the orbital tank farm where they added the new kettle boilers. So maybe that would be a good location to set up tomorrow. If they keep adding more and more little pipes over there may be some activity. So when I get out here in the morning, I'll take a good look at that, and we'll see if that's something we can do. Same thing. That was another set of pipes over to most likely that liquid oxygen. right, the last few minutes for the stream here. Just want to say goodbye to everybody and thanks. And give me 1 second. I'll swing the camera around and show you some interesting clouds building up behind the production site. Looks like we may have some rain coming this way. All right, folks. Gonna go ahead and close this down for the day. Like I said, I'll be back out here tomorrow. Be sure to hit your notification button to let you know, and hope to see you then. So until the next time, y'all take it easy. This is Chief with the LabPadre team. We'll catch you later. Chief out.